You ready? It's the Roundtable with me, Robert Bannon.
Welcome to the Roundtable, everybody. My name is Robert Bannon, and you're listening to us on Broadway World or over here on the Broadway Podcast Network. And even though it says Broadway in our title, we love movies because movies are everywhere. Everyone can access a movie. And I know a lot of people who love a good action, thriller, gang, fight, story, redemption. I don't know what, I haven't seen this movie, but I know this movie is going to be fire. You know this movie is going to be fire. It's called Die Like a Man. Die Like a... Oh man, I'm not that manly. But listen, our next guest is going to be able to show us what this film's all about, tell us all about it. He graduated in like 2020. I'm so old. Miguel, I'm so old. And you're a movie star. What the... But wait, Miguel Angel Garcia is here. Congratulations. Baby. The baby. And starring in movies. I'm a hater. Do you hear it? It's in my spirit. Congratulations.
Thank you so much. I appreciate that. It means a lot.
What is Die Like a Man? Tell me about it.
Yeah, Die Like a Man is a movie about a 17-year-old boy from West Los Angeles who receives a gun on his 17th birthday and tries to follow the footsteps of his father. Unfortunately, he takes some wrong steps and learns the hard way. It's really a story about redemption. It's a story about love. It's a story about trying to figure out what you want and who you want to be in life in this limelight of this indie scene. Robert, we shot this movie in 14 days.
Wait, no, a feature.
Yes, we shot this movie in 14 days, and it was the most beautiful experience that I've had on a set, just because of, from an actor's perspective, in terms of the amount of prep we gave, the rehearsal process. And I'm a theater guy. I just did 2 plays, so, I come from that theater world and that rehearsal space. And I also went to USC. I was in the conservatory there, the Bachelor of Fine Arts program. So, I come from that world, and this film really represented a lot of things that I love from the theater and the things that I want from as an actor too.
So for you, when you have a film that's shot in 14 days, and film sometimes is very different than theater, because you do a lot of takes and your rehearsal process is sometimes different, because in theater you sit at a table and then you get up on your feet and you rehearse before people see it. Sometimes on film, there's not as much rehearsal. Was this film, did it feel live because it was shot so quick and so fast?
Yeah, I think that definitely was part of it. I think we had Eric Nazarian, our director, he's such a beautiful person, but cares so much about film and artistry. And that kind of sentiment was really amazing to have on set. So our whole process of making this film took a very long time. It took 4 years, but we're so grateful for it. And before we started filming, I'm not from Los Angeles, I'm from New York. So for me, it was so important to tap in and really experience what it was to be like a child in this LA world, in a world that beats you down,
Sure.
And I had to rehearse so much. So I spent about 2 months at Homeboy Industries here in Los Angeles, listening to the stories of kids and families who have been affected by gun violence. I'd never shot a gun before, so I had to go to the shooting range and figure that out as well. But Eric was so generous. We would rehearse because we knew that we had 14 days. So we spent months rehearsing before going to the LA River, being on location, rehearsing our scenes. The woman who plays my mother, Bernice, we spent a lot of time at her house with a lot of people who were non-actors in this film, and teaching them how to act and really just bring themselves to it. So that all of that rehearsal process allowed us to do that film in 14 days, and it was so quick, it was so alive. So we were just trying to move through the motions, but we were prepared so much. If we hadn't, then we didn't have the freedom on set to kind of experience and explore all those things.
I love that sounds, my ADD would be kicking in if I had to shoot for this would be perfect for me. I love this poster, and I love the whole tagline, the whole movie, and this Die Like a Man, and this incredible cast of people that you get to be a part of. And what I like about it is when it talks about a film and it talks about masculinity and the changing culture that is LA, and about gang violence and what does it mean to be tough. I work as a school teacher in Detroit. I'm from New York, New Jersey as well. And a lot of the young people these days think that they can't be smart, you can't be funny, you can't be soft, you can't have feelings, you have to exude this toughness about you. What did you learn about you through the character, even though this character seems very different than you as a person?
No,
What
Freddie,
humanity did you learn?
genuinely, Freddie taught me so much. Freddie taught me so much about myself, sorry, oh yeah, Freddie taught me so much about myself, genuinely, and what you were just saying, Robert, about that feeling that you can have those emotions, and I think for me, I always saw this film and thought, if one kid watched this film and decided to not pick up a gun or not go through the things that Freddie was going through, it would be incredible. That's all I want from this film. And if you watch this film and you think as a young man or a young woman that you can't have those emotions, you can't have those feelings, this film will help you get through that. He's taught me a lot about myself. Freddie is being misguided, but he's also shown in this movie a lot of support from people that want to help him, that want to love him, that try to push him to show his emotions, to cry, and it's okay to be like that, and express yourself in any kind of way you'd like. And I think with this film, you see the dangers when you don't, or when you're not able to experience those things, or you don't have people that support you or tell you it's okay to cry and hold your hand. So that to me is really beautiful about this film, that you can watch it and hopefully a kid will, and know that it's okay to be who you are and to cry and have emotions. And being a man doesn't mean to not have those things. It's actually the opposite.
Absolutely. I couldn't have said it better than that. So this important lesson for all the young men out here in this world, or all the people in general,
Yes, absolutely.
And we judge people so much by what race they are, where they grew up, their economic status, if they have a history of if they've made bad decisions in the past or made mistakes. We judge people without understanding that they're human and they're a part of their journey too.
Absolutely.
So this story is going to tell that story, and you get to do it. Did you ever stop? You graduated in 2020, like you said, and you went to the conservatory. Is there ever a moment when you're on set or you're working and you were like, this is the dream, like you're starring in a movie, like, like the kid that decided to be an actor, you're starring in a movie.
Yeah. I mean, I think about it all the time, Robert. Every time I'm on set, I feel so grateful to do what I love. I put in a lot of hard work into this career, but I can't go without saying that I've had amazing professors and mentors and friends and family who have supported my career all throughout. And every time I'm on set, it's such a joy. I feel really blessed to be in the position that I am. And I know that I have to represent a lot of people that want to do this career, a lot of people that look like me, and I try to do them justice so that they can have those same opportunities as I do. And I think that's really important. And I was just at USC the other day talking to students. I always go back to my high school and I talk to students and tell them that this career is viable and you can do it, and it is difficult. But the most important thing is to come from a place where you were saying of honesty, humility, not judging people, and living those experiences that they can. So I think it's incredibly important.
Well, this is just the beginning, because you'll be a big old movie star. You'll forget about us. You'll never do our show again. You'll be too busy.
No.
People will say, our people will call your people. I know how this industry works, Miguel. I know. Speaking of, you have some projects. You've worked with some talk about movie stars like Dennis Quaid and other amazing actors. The film Jenny is coming. It's upcoming.
It came out. Yeah, Jenny has come out. Yes.
About Jenny Rivera, and you get to be in that. So what is your process like to get a role? Are you still self-taping and auditioning and people are sending you?
Yeah, fortunately, my manager and agents have been fantastic, and they support my career. They support the vision that I want to tell with my storytelling. So I've been really fortunate to do a lot of self-tapes, do a lot of auditions, do that. But also, I've also been really fortunate to just work with my friends, and they put me in movies, and through that, they talk to other people and they send me recommendations. But all of that is because you love what you do, and they feel that, and they want to work with people like that. So I've been fortunate in both ways, just word of mouth and working with people and meeting people in the most random places, but also auditioning and doing the self tapes and doing all that kind of stuff.
That's the life of
also doing plays, Robert, and doing plays.
Yes.
I just did 2 plays. I might do another one. And through that, I've been able to invite people to the theater. And through the theater, I've gotten film opportunities as well.
someone once told me that that network you make of people you meet at school or the people you work with on stage or on screen, like they're going to make projects and they're going to collaborate, and you're all going to keep your tribe and your crew, and you're going to work together. And that it's so important to build networking. You were talking about school, and I'm sure the people you went to school with and the people you work with on set give you inspiration and keep you going too.
Absolutely. I think everybody that I went to school with, they're such fantastic actors. They support art, they love art. And a lot of the kids that I met from, because I went to the school of dramatic arts, and the school of cinematic arts is a different school. And all my friends that I met at the school of cinematic arts gave me my first short films, my first little web series. And now they're working actors, directors, producers, writers, behind the camera, DPs. They do all of that stuff. And we always keep in touch, because wouldn't it be amazing if you could just work with your friends doing what you love and making a little bit of money too on the way? That would
You
be
know,
amazing.
you know, so when you see people out in the street, or if people see you, they see you in films or whatever, do a lot of people talk to you about Promised Land? Did people, is that
Yeah,
something that,
yeah. People bring up Long Game, which came out, and also Promised Land. Yeah, they do
yes,
love.
I mean, we could, Long Game, you were Felipe, and Promised Land, you were Junior, and all of that, you can stream, those movies as well. And in this movie, it's a body of work. How important is it to look at a body of work for you and pick your projects and diversify the characters? I mean, this character is definitely different from some of the other characters you've played.
Absolutely, absolutely, and I think that's why I love it so much. It really felt like I was tapping into a different person, and I really felt like I was a different person making this project. But I think it's important as a young actor to try to diversify myself and not put myself in a certain box. I really want to find projects that tell human stories and really make people ask more questions and give them answers. So I've tried my best to mix and match projects that I'm interested in. It's also really hard to say no as a young actor. You want to get experience, you want to meet people. But I'm really grateful that my team has such a clear vision, and they have amazing tastes, and they know exactly the kind of projects that I want to do, and we kind of move in that direction and tailor ourselves to that.
So you're gonna walk the tight. I've talked to a lot of actors about this. That you're gonna walk the tightrope. You're gonna keep doing stage, even if it's not gonna make you rich, Miguel.
Sure. Absolutely, Robert. I absolutely will. I'm so serious. I really think for me, the theater is where all my favorite actors, Philip Seymour Hoffman, Al Pacino. I mean, all these amazing, and the list goes on. Obviously, John Turturro, amazing actors that always go back to the theater. Michael Shannon, and these actors are amazing. They affect us so much. Viola Davis. I mean, you always want to go back to the theater. It's the hardest thing for an actor to do. You get to rehearse and really figure out what a character is, and to me, it's the basis of what we want to do. So if I want to call myself a strong actor, then me personally, I need to do theater and engage with it, and I want to do theater for the rest of my life. So hopefully, I can do some movies and make some money, and then
Yes,
do some theater.
and get on stage. Well, you want to see him act, everybody. You want to see him act his face off. And he doesn't act like this in the film. He doesn't act die like you'll see him acting and die like a man. Who is this? I know we talked about the boys and the men and all of that stuff, but like you can now see this movie and sit down. What do you hope people leave with when they watch it? What is the goal of the filmmaker and the director and you and everybody that's a part of it? What are we supposed to feel when we leave the movie?
Yeah, I think personally, like I was mentioning before, Robert, if a kid watched this and was like, you know what, I don't want to pick up that gun. I don't want to. I want to talk to somebody. I want to be in a different environment of what I'm in. Then I think we won. We had some a group of private screening for a group of mothers that have unfortunately been affected by gun violence, and they really felt like they wish their child would have seen this film, and that to me was a huge win. And I think when people watch this film, I think they can experience Freddy, experience the world he's in, and leave with a sentiment of non-judgment and understanding. And if we can come from a place like that, especially in times like this where things are so one-sided, if this film can have people question maybe their original opinions about certain groups and certain types of scenarios, then I think we won. If we can spark a conversation about being more human with one another and really coming from a place of understanding, then I think we've won with this film, really.
That's beautiful. You know, as gun violence affects so many of it, it affects my family.
Yeah.
We lost a nephew to gun violence. You know,
Right.
there are people out here who are struggling with this, and to make a film about about something that relates to so many people and a forgotten community a lot of the times, and give it some heart and some humanity and emotions. It's not just a gangster, gang movie where everyone's just it's got
Yeah,
feelings.
it's not. It's really not. And that is kind of the perception of this film, right? Because it is kind of that gang thing. But interestingly enough, this film isn't about gangs. It's
Right.
not. It's really not. Even though that is the environment that we're in, it's really not. So I think that's what makes it even more. Um, you can connect with it more.
So how can we support the film? What can we do? When can we see it? Where can we see it? What's the
Absolutely.
story?
Absolutely. So on the 17th of April, up until the 24th of April, if you're in Los Angeles at the $1 Million Theater, we're going to be screening for 1 week. There's going to be 3 screenings a day. There's going to be Q&As. There's going to be press. So you can absolutely, if you can in LA, share the film, watch the film in person on the big screen. And if not, on the 24th, it'll come out on VOD, and you can pre-save now and you can rent it right on Apple TV and that whole thing. So you can watch it right there.
So amazing. LA, show up and out. And
Yes.
this film is for you. It really is for you, but it's for everybody. So, and then when it comes out nationally on demand, get some popcorn, order a pizza, be with
Please.
your people, and enjoy the movie.
Please. And people share their experiences with me on Instagram, and I'd love to share how people responded to the film. I think that's also really important, to engage with people that are supporting indie film. Honora just won Best Picture in indie film.
Yeah.
This is an indie film, and we need to support more stories like this.
And Honora was damn good. And
Yes.
and so is this, although these indie films need to get the love and support.
Yes.
So the best thing you can do for an indie film is to share it, watch it, and then tell somebody about it. Make sure you spread the word. I'm excited for you. I'm excited to see the future. I'm excited to see what's next. I'm excited for people to check this out. Just fly, shine, go out there and get them, and keep doing the work. And congratulations.
Thank you, Robert. Thank you for this conversation. It really means a lot.
No, back at you. Die Like a Man is out, starring Miguel Angel Garcia. You got to make sure you check it out on demand or go check it out in LA. And we're excited for everybody to check it out. We'll see you next time. My show is your show anytime. Come on back.
Thank you, Robert.